The job that your brain has is to keep you in survival, is protection. Keep that in mind. There are different aspects within your brain. We're going to go through each one and show the different jobs and the different things that are going through your brain. So you have the amygdala, and this is when there's a threat, its job is to bring awareness. And now the issue with this is that it is not waiting for logic. So if you put your hand on a heater, on a radiator, and it's boiling hot, you are not thinking, your hand will move for you. It's not going to wait for you to, it's not going to wait and say, wait, should I move? No, 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 no. It will move. It will move for you. Now, this can cause overthinking. It can, not in that situation, but it can cause overthinking and it can bring anxiety because you might start to think, why am I afraid? What's going on here? So your brain has picked something up, even though you might not have. It could bring impulsive reactions. So when you do feel that threat or when you do feel that, you need to be aware and you need to start analyzing what kind of situations and environments those kinds of signals are coming to you in. And maybe don't wait around to figure out why. Then you have the hippocampus, which is the emotional memory. This is what this stores embarrassments. And then this is what influences the new situations and avenues that you want to go down. So you want to pursue something different. Maybe you want to start something new, a new journey. You want to do something new in life. This will bring up, wait, hold on, remember this. When you did this last time, remember how I felt. Remember how you felt last time you did something similar. That's that job. But then remember the first one was threat and danger. So it would try and bring you back down to that avenue of threat, of alerting you to protect you, to keep you in that place of survival. You then have another aspect which is in control of the stress. This is adrenaline, those boosts of energy. And you then have a bodily reaction, a bodily response. It could be a gut emotion. It could be discomfort. It could be a feeling of anxiety. So you have all these different components with the one objective to keep you safe and protect you, survival. So when people are pointing out the flaws that you may have and the things that you need to work on, if you accept yourself and work on how you view yourself, you may actually realize that there are aspects of you that are just so dysregulated, they're so out of balance and out of sync because of the things you are attempting to do outside of who you actually are to impress, to get approval, to be part of something. That if that aspect of you was just accepted, if you just accepted who you were, then behaviors would start to line up. So we spoke about when it came to these aspects of ourselves, when it came to accepting who you are, that we first had to recognize. And this is a brutally honest stage where we have to be truthful. And this is where maturity comes into play because awareness is painful because of the fact that it forces you to be responsible. Because now you know and now you're aware of it. It's you that has the decision to make, not anybody else. So now it's not a thing anymore where you can point fingers because because there's one finger pointing outwards, but there's another three pointing towards you. So if I do this, there's three fingers pointing at me. So there's a version of you that has a mask on. It's the version of you that you put on when you're around other people or certain people. You know it's not you. And a dangerous thing can start to unravel when you start to actually believe that the person that you are when you're around those people is actually you, forgetting that that's not who you are. And you start to build your identity around how others see you. So the things that they don't like, you start to remove them out of your life because they don't like them. The way that you are around them becomes now your personality. So the things they like, you start to continue and to double down on. And then you start to suppress and dim down your light and how you are and who you truly are just to maintain these relationships and these friendships. And again, we have the shadow, the part of you that you've refused to admit, you've refused to accept. Like we said before, when when you remove it, when you deny it, it just leaks. It will sabotage the things that you're doing, come through your thoughts. It will misguide you. Eventually, it will have such a hold in certain aspects of your life because you avoided it, because you neglected it. It will eventually explode. And then when it does explode, you have no control over it because you avoided it and because you hid it under the carpet. So your experience is shaped by your belief. How you view yourself, your inner world is made up of different aspects again. Your perception, how you view and how you see. Choices, the decisions you're making, how you react, the desires that you have, the fears you have, and the goals you have. How can 30 of you be in a classroom, but all 30 of you have a different experience? The only reason you're all having different experiences is because the interpretation that each of you have is different. So there can be a million of you watching this video now. And every single one of you, even if you're all taking notes, if you all wrote down the same line and you were asked to describe what that meant, you'd all have different understandings. If you were all asked to describe what that meant to you, they would all say different things based on your own inner world. So you're not experiencing reality, you're experiencing your interpretation of it based on your belief about yourself and about everything else. So you don't need results to feel different, because for you to even get the results, like we explained previously, you first have to be different to be able to do anything differently in the first place. So you have to first of all become the person that does those things to then eventually have whatever it is. Because self-esteem and how you view yourself determines the decisions and the choices that you make. So you will choose goals that are low. Even though you know that you can do higher, you'll choose stuff that is at the level that you believe you deserve. You'll choose relationships. You'll choose and stay in environments where people treat you badly because you believe that you are worth that. So because of the low self-esteem, something has to replace and fill that void. So then it's replaced with material things. So then now we're just chasing aesthetics. We're chasing how things make us feel. But then feelings never last forever. They're always temporary. And these things that we're chasing are only ever for two things: validation and approval. And they all look like success, but they're just distractions because we're just distracting ourselves from the aspect of us that we're avoiding. Because when that aspect of us is actually strong and we have a good self-worth, we have a good perception and value of ourselves, we're not chasing on that stuff. Peace matters. Mastery matters, vision matters, and depth matters. It doesn't matter about the things that are on the surface. Life is more meaningful to us.